What is up, y'all? It's your boy the Renegade Enigma here doing another video. And in this video, I actually have some news for y'all, whatever. If you're a wrestling fan or whatever, get ready to be excited if you haven't heard the news. You know what I mean? It's a great time to be a wrestling fan right now. But yeah, news has came out recently. This is actually confirmed. There's video of Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon actually confirming this. And this confirmation is that on July 19th, SmackDown is gonna go like live, like for now on. Like it's not gonna be no longer on Thursdays or whatever, because you know SmackDown they record it on Tuesdays and we get to see it on Thursdays and whatever. Which a lot of people don't watch SmackDown because you could easily go online and like read the spoilers and whatever and like be done with it right there. But they're moving it to Tuesdays where they initially recorded them. So now we have Mondays and Tuesdays with 2 live shows of wrestling. Not only that, but we're bringing back the draft. You know what I mean? For those of you that don't know, we actually had a time and place in wrestling where Raw was its own entity and SmackDown was its own entity. And even backstage, you know, the writers basically were in competition with each other. Because you remember the great days with the Monday Night Wars and whatever when we went against WCW, you know what I mean? We thrived off the competition. And, you know, when we had the draft, we still were competing. Granted, it was against ourselves, you know, SmackDown versus Raw. But, you know, we still was good at that point, you know what I mean? Not that we're not good now. I'm not one of those guys who, you know, is like, oh, I hate, you know, the current product or whatever. I still like the current product, you know what I mean? But, you know, it still was missing something. And to me, this is that something. But yeah, like, what they're saying is, you know, each show is going to have their own roster, their own rivalries, and hopefully their own titles. And my personal opinion, hopefully their own pay-per-views too. That way we get more to watch on the WWE Network, you know what I mean? Like, back in the day, they really couldn't do it like that because it was so expensive, you know what I mean? It was like, what, $50, $60, $70 a pot for a pay-per-view. Now we have the WWE Network, $10 a month, $9.99 as it were, and we could watch all the pay-per-views we want, you know what I mean? But yeah, basically this is the way I see it, you know what I mean? I really haven't read what they're gonna do with the titles and whatever, but I think we're gonna have 2 main titles once again, right? Which is gonna be what is currently the WWE World Heavyweight title. They're gonna rebrand it as the WWE title, you know what I mean, the one that Roman Reigns currently has. And then we're gonna get a world title. Now, whether or not that is the one we used to have, I don't know, you know what I mean? Hopefully they come up with something new and not as ugly as the WWE title is. But, you know what I mean, I think we're gonna have 2 main titles, which makes perfect sense, because that way you have people on SmackDown shine, you know what I mean? And Roman Reigns could keep his title on Raw. I'll get to my rosters in a minute. But then we had the IC title. I see that staying on Raw, where the US title is going to go to SmackDown. The tag team titles, I think there's going to be 2 different ones, you know what I mean? One on Raw and one on SmackDown. So we're going to introduce a new tag team titles once again, you know. Back in the day we had the World Tag Team titles and we had the WWE Tag Team titles. It's going to be the same thing. And as for the women's title, I think it's going to be interchangeable. Like, it's going to go from Raw to SmackDown, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we need more divas anyway, so, you know what I mean? Why not just put on both shows? You know, it's going to be live, so, you know what I mean? We could have title changes on SmackDown and whatnot with any of these. Like, so why not? But, yeah, and hopefully they introduce, like, newer titles, too. Like, I would love a WWE TV title or something like that. You know what I mean? NXT is bringing out the Cruiserweight Classic, so hopefully, like, we probably get that in the main roster, maybe. Like, I don't know if it is just gonna be on NXT, but you know, we see. But okay, I'm rambling here, you know what I mean? Because I'm really excited. But let me tell you my predictions for the roster, right? First, we're gonna start with Raw, right? My prediction is going to be the current WWE champion, Roman Reigns, the current IC champion, The Miz, and obviously if you have The Miz, you have Maurice, right? Then you're gonna have AJ Styles. Then Apollo Crews. Even though I hate him, you know what I mean, it's gonna be Baron Corbin. You know what I mean, because they're really trying to push him. Then Big Cass. You know what I mean, because Vince apparently loves him. Then you're gonna have the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. You're gonna have all of them. Then you're gonna have the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon. You're gonna have Cesaro, Chris Jericho, Dana Brooks. You're gonna have Dean Ambrose. Of course, if you have, you know, I almost forgot. Of course, if you're gonna have Big Cass, you're gonna have Enzo Amore. You're gonna have Jimmy and Jay Uso, Carl Anderson. You're gonna have Luke Gallows with Carl Anderson, obviously. Kevin Owens, Mark Henry. You're gonna have Neville, Nikki Bella, Paige, Brock Lesnar, and obviously with Brock Lesnar, you're gonna have Paul Heyman. You're gonna have Primo, and obviously with Primo, you're gonna have Epico, Randy Orton, Sasha Banks, Seth Rollins. You're gonna have Sin Cara, Summer Rae, Tamina, which is gonna break away from Naomi. You're gonna have Tyler Breeze, The Undertaker, which, you know, back in the day, he basically was the leader of SmackDown and whatever, that locker room. But I think, you know, since, you know, his last run is coming, put him on Raw. And finally, Zack Ryder. So that's my whole, like, Raw roster, right? So for SmackDown, I think we're gonna have Charlotte. We're gonna have Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods, the tag team champions. We're gonna have Rusev. Along with Rusev, we're gonna have Lana, obviously. We're gonna have Aiden English, and obviously with him, we're gonna get Simon Gotch. We're gonna get Alberto Del Rio, Becky Lynch, Big Show, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and Heath Slater all together. You know, we're gonna have the Social Outcasts all together. Then we're gonna have Darren Young, which he may or may not have Bob Backlund with him. We're gonna have Dolph Ziggler, Eva Marie, which, you know, she's kind of iffy because, like, she's on again, off again on the main roster and NXT. So, and, you know, I'll get to NXT in a minute. We're gonna have Fandango, Goldust, Jack Swagger, John Cena, Kalisto, Kane, Connor and Victor, The Ascension, Naomi, Natalia, R-Truth, you know, that way we have the Golden Truth together. Rosa Mendes, if she, you know, comes back after having her baby and whatnot, you know what I mean, because that's why she hasn't been in television for a while. Ryback, you know what I mean, if he ever comes back by his drama that he's having and whatever, you know what I mean, he might leave to go to TNA, which, why would you do that? You know what I mean, you ruin your career right there. Sami Zayn, Sheamus, and Titus O'Neil. You know, that's my SmackDown and Raw roster. Here's the thing. Some news came out just a little while ago, a few hours before me recording this video, and it was Triple H tweeting on Twitter how the next NXT takeover is going to be called The End. And he you know, put on, you know, the tweet, where do we go from here? Now, this sounds really weird and whatever, like they're ending NXT, they're not going to do it anymore. I seriously doubt it, but if they do, basically everybody from NXT is getting called up and whatever. You know what I mean? Again, I seriously doubt it. What I think this is, they're going to stop calling them takeovers, and they're going to, like, start calling them like arrivals and whatnot. You know what I mean? Rebrand their pay-per-views and whatever. You know what I mean? They're really going to hype up NXT because Vince is behind it now. He wasn't behind it originally because it was supposed to be their developmental, you know what I mean? But now it's officially their own brand or whatever. But yeah, you know what I mean? With that said, Vince said that he wants to do a bunch of call-ups soon, right? And these are the ones I see being called up and whatever. And I'm gonna say what shows they're gonna be on according to the brand split and whatever, the draft. We're gonna have Bailey. And Bailey, I think, is going to be on SmackDown. Then we're going to have Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, the Revival, you know what I mean, the former NXT Tag Team Champions. They're going to be also on SmackDown. Then we're going to have Finn Balor. I think he's going to be on Raw. You know what I mean. Then we're going to have Hideo Itami. He's going to be on Raw, I think. And then finally we have Mojo Rawley. I think he's going to be on SmackDown. But yeah, y'all, those are my choices, you know what I mean, for the brand split and whatever, the draft and whatnot. Comment down below and tell me who do you think is, you know, who's going to go where and whatever. Or do you even like the idea of this brand split or whatever, you know what I mean. Maybe you think it's a totally bad idea, you know what I mean. You know, if so, comment down below, you know what I mean. Tell me your list, you know what I mean, what they should do instead if you don't like it. And yeah, y'all, like this video if you like it, you know what I mean. Share with your friends, you know what I mean. See if they have a different point of view to this and whatever. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. And until next time, y'all, peace.
He goes for the quick pin attempt. Count, ref, count! You know, if a superstar is going to sign a contract for a match against The Miz, the one thing I'd suggest as a strategy is be ready for anything at any time. I mean, The Miz has no problem attacking an adversary maybe in the parking lot or the locker room, at the gym, or here at the announce table. As a matter of fact, anywhere. If you're going to fight The Miz, have your guard up at all times. Look out! The Miz with a reversal. Don't sleep on The Miz. He can strike at any time. Miz going for the cover. Gonna have to compartmentalize some of the pain that's been dished out and find a way to forge on. You know, Cole, I've gone toe-to-toe with The Miz in a ladder match, no less. And you were right earlier. If you, as a superstar, are going to face Miz in a match or even cross paths with him, you have to be ready for anything. And that includes getting hit with the kitchen sink. Quit running your mouth and let them do this thing. That had to hurt. With a move like that, your career could be over just like that. No kidding. Going for the cover. The tension, the drama, this is electric. Look at the back of my arm, Cole. Look at the goosebumps. I love this. What a powerful slam. He is just getting busted up. We've talked at great lengths about Rusev's annihilating offense. Well, the way the Bulgarian Brute finishes opponents is equally alarming. Rusev's accolade is one of the most paralyzing submission moves sports entertainment has ever witnessed. You can actually hear the victim's bones break. Minus a brief hiatus in the early 2000s, the United States Championship has been one of the most prestigious titles defended in WWE ever since it was introduced to the company back in 2001. He's got him! What are you doing? We got a match going on here. You have to wonder just how widespread the back pain is. We'll find out soon enough. No kidding. This is bad. Rusev has the focus of a cyborg. This man will not be deterred and will not be denied in his quest to expunge WWE. Oh, that's going to put an end to this one. We have a new champ. Oh, that was a match for the record books. The WWE Universe will be buzzing about this one for a while. We may be looking at the match of the year. Oh, what a spectacular match. And here's some highlights from the matchup.
Here's your winner and the new United States Champion, The Miz!
We have a new champion. Unbelievable. What a match and a new champion. I love WWE.
Oh, Miko, and I love our new champion. But let's not forget, we have a new champion.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight for Superstars. We're so glad you decided to join us.